We celebrate that April at the 50-year anniversary. Why is important? Because if you turn to anybody in your family, everybody listen, and in their family, they're going to go, yeah, I got some Indian in my family. Well, how we just going to forget that? How we just going to forget that? I have one little, two little, three little, keep giving them, telling I have one little, two little, three little Indians. Your grandma told you. You got Indians in your family. Yay! House in the build, fucking bake, fucking build, fucking my skin ain't black, what the devil singing low, on my little shit, it's Aborigines, owners of the land and every got, tree and every got. See, invaders ever cross, step foot on the land, and you can step the fuck off. Brave, you gon' make us swing the sacred tomahawk. All around with us with that black constant. Fake bricks and slave shit, that's the reference. If we African, look, you gon' need more evidence. I'm American, Aboriginal, indigenous, you bogan DNA test. That is rhetoric, stay woke. Aboriginal, get out. Your civil rights acts, all you need, big out. And Stockholm syndrome. Rich gets out, Phoenix Moon got the antidote, get that shit out. Meanwhile, rapping about my birthright, freestyle. Teach each man, each woman, each child. Black races really Indians indeed now. Man, they indeed now. Holly Dog, Title 18, G goes. Pilgrims get big gold, but Phoenix gonna be small. Bringing my peoples out of the sleep. Oh, we ain't black, colors Africans or Negro. One little, two little, three little. What up, Black man? I have one little, two little, three little Indians. On my tractor box. On my Cherokees. On my Palm Monkeys. On my Washingtons. Hey. We didn't forget.
One little, two little, three little Indians. What up, beloveds? Halito, Chimachukma, Chimachukma, beautiful ones. This one is microphone check 1, 2. Got a lot of trolling going on, my page. And I'm okay with that. You know, they really upset about, I don't know, I haven't really figured that shit out yet. It's kind of not even my problem. But I'm trying to explain to some of these people west of the Mississippi, that our blues ain't the same. You got to let these Native Americans know that it's really not no beef or nothing. We're just not the same, right? Just that's it. We don't. I don't really want no problems. I really don't. But at the end of the day, it seems like they are very, very upset. I made a 5-minute and 35-second video. It's probably over 50,000 views on different pages, just asking some basic questions, and all I get is vitriolic banter and a bunch of fucking rhetoric, you know what I'm saying? A bunch of hatred and prejudice and stuff like that. And it ain't really about that, but we're gonna swing that tomahawk, right? Because you throw 2 at me, I'm gonna throw 4 back, and it really don't gotta be that way. But I'm trying to explain to a few of them, like, they got their platform, they have definitely had their moment at the podium, but right now it's the Aborigine time to talk. It's our time to be on the mic. You know what I'm saying? And they just gotta fall back. They don't need to be in the way. There's no need to be in the way. We don't have the same wants, needs, or desires at all. You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole fact. We don't have the same things going on. So yeah, I just wanted to share a couple things and talk a little bit of shit. I'm gonna drop a little spicy meatball. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna stay on this free people of color, right? Because this is where you find your folks. So now that you have seen that your people were not enslaved, okay, and you're still sifting through these records and you're going through these documents and you want to know how to navigate through. So what I'm going to suggest to you is stick to one line at a time, Okay, start with your father's parents first, maternal line, then the paternal line. Start with your mother's parent, maternal line, and or whatever. Just stick to one line at a time. Okay, you're gonna have four. Stick to one line because it doubles every generation. So you want to make sure that you just stay in one lane so you don't get all tripped up and confused and whatnot. You know, it's Friday. It's gonna be some fish frying going on around here because that's what the motherfucking Indians do, right? We had some kind of seafood or something like that. Our folks was we the coastal people. We used to go in there and just, you know, do it all. Hey, feathers up, beautiful ones. You beautiful people. How y'all doing? I hope ain't no oppressors fucking with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got my email and shit. Y'all tell me what's going on with y'all. I want to hear from y'all. I love y'all, beautiful ones. Y'all, I want to hear from y'all. Tell me what's going on and shit. The email's still the same. It's gonna be 1492 Phoenix at Gmail. Um, Let me know what's going on in your area and see if there's some things we could do to make sure, that shit don't affect you in a negative way. You got to start looking for these positive outcomes and start taking these people to task. We're not going to win every single battle, but some got to get won, right? Just so you know, you got plenty of skin in the game. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't want y'all to be discouraged. Shit still look kind of crazy. That's because we still got a lot of monkey niggas around us and stuff. But once you get rid of the monkey niggas, it's kind of like gonna be like okay, because we gotta use them for cannon fodder a little bit. And the reason why I say that is because when we get in front of these other people and in these different arenas and shit like that, you're gonna be well seasoned already. So it's a lot of people that's stepping in your way right now. Gonna have to beat them up a little bit, but at the same time, you gotta be able to know how to really get buck with the people that with the real power and stuff like that. Cause these niggas out here that's talking the shit, they ain't got no power. So we got some things coming up for this channel. Woo! We got some things coming up. It's gonna be totally different. I'm gonna tone it down a little bit because I'm gonna have a lot of elders and stuff coming talking and spitting that real for us, right? And even though they don't mind me cussing and stuff, they are sticking to my. Wasn't that track dope? Wasn't that track dope? I love it. I love it. So I'm gonna play it as much as I can. And we got the rights to that. That's our shit. So can't nobody fuck with that. They can't image. They can't take that. You know. So like I was saying, I got some dope elders that's gonna be coming on. I spoke with Mamie King Chalmers, and she's gonna be the woman in that famous picture that we all saw, Civil Rights Act in Birmingham, getting sprayed with the water hose. She absolutely knows that we Indians. She's happy that we are on it. She's like amazed that we digging in the crates and hoping that she sees a whole bunch of positive things while she's still with us. That was like such a dope, awesome experience to even speak with her. Oh man, it was so dope. So I'm definitely gonna have her, and I'm actually going to look for the father of all of this. Right, we got to pay homage to Buck Wylam, the indigenous one. Mr. Kerry Davis, African Americans ain't African. I think specifically because she's the elder, he's the father of this, and this is how we all got connected and linked up. And I felt like it's only fair that we have it on his platform. I'm going to upload it to my platform, but the honor is actually mine to do it that way and in that fashion for a reason. Um, but other than that, I'm hoping that y'all gonna join us. We got a couple of things. Oh yeah, I'm closing in on these niggas with this Angola shit. They running out of coastline. They running out of West African coastline, right? To send y'all motherfuckers to. They running out of places to drag you across the fucking continent now, right? It's like so fucking the territory getting small, small, small. And what they're trying to do is completely drown out the sub-Saharan slave trade, which when you were younger, they taught you about two different slave trades, but they never mentioned, of course, the trans-Pacific because they had to insert a lot of your west of the Mississippi, which now, mongoloid type phenotype people. Okay. And a lot of them came and took pictures, all right? Because this is, there wasn't, and it's not our fault. They have their own history, and they have to go in the Spanish records. A lot of records, times when I do genealogy for people, and they're from that particular area, the records are in Spanish. So I have to have Google Translator and a couple of other different tools, and still you have to comprehend the penmanship. You see, I recognize the penmanship because that's how my grandmother wrote. I recognize her signature, and, she had the perfect penmanship, and this is how, you have to be able to understand how these colonial motherfucking weirdos was writing. So don't get caught up with the they couldn't read or write stuff. I see a lot of people getting caught up when they couldn't read or write. But what I'm gonna tell you about the not being able, hey beloved Chad. Hey beloved killer, 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 what up? Killer, 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 what up, baby? Um, I have to make sure that we get to all of these wonderful things. You gotta stop stressing what they could read or write, because it doesn't matter what they could read or write, because they might be talking about Spanish, German. They did not say what they couldn't read or write. You understand what I'm saying? It could have been legalese, it could have been sign language, it could have been anything. You understand what I'm saying? So don't pay that too much attention. You see that they own shit. They was able to stay their asses free and navigate through a whole bunch of shit. So you know that they knew something. It wasn't that important that they can fucking read or write. And this was the issue where they started to make sure that they made us want something so bad that we was functioning so fine without, right? Because everything that they ended up giving us as far as what's called education, which really means to train, is just regurgitated information, stories and shit that we done enchanted them and fascinated them motherfuckers with, and then they sell it right back to us. So now upon speaking to Miss Chalmers, one thing that I had mentioned to her, that we don't have the same discipline that they had, and she explained some things regarding how they was able to save their money, because even spending their shit going shopping was a task. And it's not like they didn't have paper, but these people made it really difficult for them to be able to have a shopping experience. How we be in there in the mall crashing it all, you know what I'm saying, throw it in the bag and stuff. They had the bread to do it, and they was very, they was the most fashionable people, because they was the absolute seamstress, right? But this was what made them not spend their money. And also, we talked about how when you couldn't try on anything, you couldn't go in the store. Um, and being that you couldn't go in the store, it would be like one at a time. And Birmingham in the summer, what the heat's like, what it could possibly be like. But they couldn't go inside the stores to try anything on. So they would be able to go in one at a time and pick something out one day, and have to come back a completely different day by like appointment and shit, stand outside in a line, and then they get called in one at a time. And then the white women be with the tape measure and all of that, measuring all, and all that CO shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all ever had the squat cough and spread, but but I'm just saying, some of some motherfuckers and got locked up for. But and they was doing that. So it was really fucked up, that their shopping experiences. And then also something that we always joke about, right? And this is so fucked up, that we make these fucking jokes and don't really even understand how ridiculous we were, I guess, as children. You know what I'm saying? Hi, Pamela. Hey, beautiful one. Hey, beautiful one. But we made this joke about slave feet and Alabama feet, right? When you see somebody with some fucked up dogs, right? But they would measure the length of their shoes and not the width. And them motherfuckers would be on their feet all goddamn day, because they walking everywhere, because they're not giving the bus any money. They're not even going to buy gas, so they parking their cars, right? Because they had shit, right? And they would walk everywhere. So you mean people was walking 30 miles back and forth, right? They was doing a whole lot of shit just to save their money and not spend, within their communities, the oppressors' communities. So it was just so many just interesting stories and things that I heard. And just to know that they paying attention, okay? Even with my potty mouth and everything, they still appreciate the work that we're putting in and the information that we're dropping. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what it's all about. That's really what it's all about. I just want to encourage people, because I think a lot of people still saying, I got some comments in my inbox about, people not being able to express themselves when it comes down to these pilgrims, right? And I'm just going to say, the less you say, the better, but just study the words and study the language. And what I mean by the language, just don't let them talk you into things that you're not certain of. You ask them to be specific. You ask them to use layman's terms, right? You make sure that you listen. The only dumb questions is the ones that you don't ask, and watch their reaction, right? But don't ask things. You make sure you ask them as if you're oblivious, and you want to ask them things that you already know the answer to, just to see how they respond, right, to certain stimuli, because they're not used to people knowing things. You understand? So You just want to make sure that you start trying things, like change a couple of motherfucking things, how they deal with you, how to fucking bill collector court, change a couple of motherfucking things around. So you gotta do, just start changing shit around. Like, you ain't gotta do everything, all this drastic shit, trying to be a, like the best Indian you can be and shit. You ain't gotta go through all of that. But what you do gotta go through is a way to figure out how to get through some of these processes and these things that they give you that causes fucking all types of bowel obstructions and shit, right? This just stresses you the fuck out, just binds you all up and shit. You just want to make sure, you know, you got the appropriate receptacle when it's time to dump. You understand what I'm saying? Because sometimes you got to give it right back. And it's all out of respect. So this is like whatever areas y'all coming from, you got to know what it's like to be a free person. You have to think like a free person. You understand what I'm saying? You have to think like, can't nobody take your cornbread. Can't nobody take your shit. Like, and that's just it. Like, it's not theirs. It's not theirs. And make sure you start treating America like this your motherfucking house. You can keep acting like a fucking guest in your own hood. That's not gonna really work. You know what I'm saying? It's not hi, baby, hi, Aboriginal. It's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of shit you gotta make sure you start, and put it gentle on the kids. You can't just say, oh, do it to them like that. Because the kid's gonna be looking around and understand that they're really conflicted with the outside influence and stuff like that. So you gotta make sure you kind of have a handle on that shit too. So where they real comfortable telling you stuff, even if it fucking weirds you out as a parent, at least they'll tell you, and they tell you those things so that you can save their life, even when they think they know every fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I want y'all to start trying some shit out. When y'all have these occurrences, let me know how y'all handle these situations. I try to answer as many emails as possible. Some of y'all got my phone number. You know you could jink my phone any motherfucking time. It's a go. If you got my number, you already know what it is. But y'all got my email, man. Get at me. It says make America love again. Yeah, I got a lot of pilgrim heads turning over this. They don't even understand what that's. I'm talking about the soul. They wouldn't get it. It's they make America love again, not great again. Um, but yeah, so you want to make sure that you start trying some shit. Don't let them, you know, don't just be an Indian online. You understand? That's basically it. Just don't just be an Indian online, because there's gonna be a time when they fucking test your moxie, and you're gonna have to know how to deal with them. Oh, you need a bunch of dictionaries, honey. I would recommend a bunch of dictionaries, preferably before the 1950s, 1940s. You need a bunch of dictionaries, a whole bunch of them. Cambridge, Oxford, the Oxford Cambridge editions. There is another one that I find has a lot of obscure things. I'm going to say obscure things. Collins, I think it's the Collins dictionary. Try the Collins dictionary. And of course the Webster's and stuff like that, 1828s, 18, any ones you could get your hand on from that time, would be a good deal. But some unabridged dictionaries, definitely some legal different dictionaries. You want a Bouvier's, you want Bouvier law. You definitely want some Latin books. You want to be able to understand Latin. Um, and you know what? And now that I say that, I think that we should start, when we start, we can use these words to build certain things as well, to which they understand, and it's a language that they're going to understand. You can take these Latin words and start building certain cases, even if you don't see them like in a list of maybe the most popular uh, phrases, or what do you say, like legal maxims or something like that. And when you do get to the legal maxims, you're gonna need a Bible. You're gonna need a Bible to deal with the legal maxims. There ain't no real way around it. That's how I kind of figured some of them out. Um, I think I did a little show on that before about some of these legal maxims and what they mean and what they're talking about in terms of, so that's part of the dialogue that a lot of people may not really understand also. But give me one second. Give me one second here. I wanted to pull something up. I'm gonna see if I'll be able to share it. My little homestead making houses out of dirt. That's interesting. Can you drop the link in there, please, beloved? Can you drop the link in there? That sounds interesting. I know it's probably always gonna be cool in a place like that, with that type of structure. Um, but even the dictionaries, you want to have quite a few of them. You want to have a few of them. You don't want to just rely on one dictionary because you're always going to have to cross reference. You definitely want to understand the etymology, and it don't hurt to, I was in healthcare for a very long time, so I was very proficient in medical terminology. And I see these people, these doctors, will tell you motherfuckers, y'all got something that's like 10 letters, and y'all got to learn how to break that down too. Got to have a good doctor, Indian. You got to. Because the shit you deal with, just trying to maintain your shit and be free of your shit is going to fucking put you through some extreme fucking conditions. And you got to take care of yourself. You absolutely do. And the best thing I'm going to say is like minimize the motherfucking stress. Because when it's time to get crazy, you're going to need to be reserved and you're going to need to be all right. You're going to need to be all right. Give me 1 second. I'm looking for something. I think they don't want me to share. They don't want me to share. But definitely. How y'all doing? It's Friday. What y'all doing? What are y'all doing on Fridays? You doing what grown people do, just fucking chilling, right? Hey, Info what up, beloved? Yeah, man. My internet is acting real slow right here. Okay, I think we're coming alive right now. Think we coming alive right now. Think we coming alive right now. So now, I'm gonna suggest that y'all definitely enchant the elders. It's time to start enchanting the elders. Okay. And what I mean by that is you have to be able to get next to them so they can start spilling the motherfucking beans. Good, bad, or indifferent. You can't look for all this fascinating shit, right? Because it might not all be so goddamn fascinating. You get the genealogy and go. You can deal with, whatever you see in the process. Because not everything you see is good. You might fucking find that one of your fucking great grandfathers kill all the children. Like it's like bizarre shit that you can bump into. So also for the people that had to send out a new disclaimer because some of the things that you can't find, some of the things that you do find, they will bother you. I don't want to be responsible for that. Okay, so let's let that be clear. We're not going to be responsible for that. We can't make nobody Indian either. All right, let's get that shit understood. I hope everybody's clear on that. But the chances of you not is like slim and none. But if you're not, it's not the worst thing, and we still gonna have remedy, and it's completely confidential, and it ain't none of nobody business, and it ain't gonna go nowhere. It ain't supposed to. Okay. That's a guarantee. We got no trick bags up the sleeve. We ain't no cheap tricks over here. Okay? We ain't none of that. They is playing games with the internet. Hold on 1 second. What y'all got going on? I've been so delayed. Is there anything on the news we need to talk about? Anything y'all been going on? I don't know if Cardi B had a baby. I don't know none of the stuff that's going on. I'll be kind of oblivious. What y'all got going on in your world? Halito Liz. Hey, beloved. Oh my goodness. They doing it wrong, y'all. They doing it absolutely wrong. Remember that movie Space Jam and they like, you jam my radar? I think they fucking my shit up. It's the websites I can't get on and everything. Oh my goodness. Um, I'm gonna go back to a couple of the islands too and make sure we get this Caribbean stuff squared away. Cause you know what? There was some whole fucking slavery going on in Brazil, right? whole fucking slavery in Brazil. So, niggas been talking shit about Libya and stuff. Even though Brazil is not attached to us, they are still Americans and they still are a part of us. And it's still a responsibility that we have, right? It's still a responsibility that we have. And shit like that does not need to go on in a place where everybody wants to be. It just shouldn't be happening. We gotta clean this shit up. It's time to clean house up all across the board. This is why it's gonna be important for everybody to connect with their family. I don't care if they in Panama, Guatemala, Mexico, Canada, Nova Scotia, Halifax, fucking British Columbia, Vancouver, British Columbia, whatever. It's time for people to get their shit together, right? It's time for people to get their shit together. I don't really know what's going on with Hawaii. I kind of stopped paying attention because a lot of that shit be depressing, and Hawaii just kind of lost their shit to the imperialism last, like in the 1880s and stuff like that, when they still had their monarch and whatnot. But at the same time, they have a lot of they got a lot of options. They have options and they got people that's on the spot. I don't know exactly what they do, but we got to start. And then after that, we can move on to the Polynesians and, link up with the Australoids, the Australians and stuff like that too. But right now, we got to clean up our house. So once we clean up our house, we can show everybody else how to be domestic. Because everybody's mind is all over the motherfucking place and they saturated with foreigners, right? All across the board, they saturated with these foreigners and stuff. And we having a hard time. So with that being said, we need to start whispering in some of these assemblymen's, city councilmen's. We need to start whispering in their ears, and we need to start rubbing elbows, and we need to see who's going to be supportive of us when we start this political party. We got to start seeing what constituents we are and what people are going to be behind us and making sure that we have a seat at the table, because we don't have any seat at the table right now currently, right? And this is why we're not in the exact position that we need to be in. But we have to play by the rules of engagement. And this is everywhere in the world. It ain't nothing we can do about it. It's nothing we can do about it. Except do something about it. And to do something about it means that we need an American Indian political party. That's it. We need an American Indian political party. And we need a structure of government that is going to be self-sustaining. So also what we're going to have to do first and foremost is get our families into shape. That's going to be 50% of your motherfucking stress right there. All right? You got to get these cousins not to put fucking black on their application. You got to make sure this one here don't do this shit. Like, you got to make sure you have some of the bloodline with you. Okay? You can't just join a bunch of strangers. Don't let these people lie to you. You got to have your bloodline with you, right? Understanding what's going on. That's some realest shit. I don't care what these fucking people are talking about, what they telling you to get down with, what they telling you to join. You better have your folks. Consanguinity, your bloodline, tangible relatives, somewhere behind you, next to you, on the side, or in front. That's just it. You got to have a motherfucker that could at least give you a goddamn kidney if you need it, right? Got to. Got to. You got to. And there's really just no way around that, y'all. I'm telling y'all, you got to make sure that it's like that. And you know what? And if it's enough of y'all in a specific area, start doing your own census. Do your own census. Keep track of all the births, all the deaths in the family the same way that they did. Now, y'all start the tree right now. Y'all start the tree right now. Y'all don't got to put it in the Bible. A lot of us don't fuck it. But you better have one of them motherfuckers around because it's the fucking law, right? It's our shit that they gave back. It's just all allegorical and shit and funny looking, right? You ain't got to deal with the dogma. Deal with the fucking message and shit. But I found some shit in North Carolina, and I'm really fucking confused. I'm not going to share it yet until I figure out who the fuck these people are. But it was about 1,500 people, and they was going buck wild down there against the KKK in 1871. Kind of blew my mind. I just want to give y'all a little bit of snippet of that spicy meatball that's going to be coming down the pipeline, because this shit absolutely blew my mind. And we need to identify who these people are. So also, we have been, if you shout out to Damon Taylor, my brother Damon Taylor, been Hope smash, Tomahawk smash. He been, oh my goodness, looking at family crest. We're going back. We finding the pilgrims and stuff that felt the need to infuse themselves in our bloodline, but we still haven't found any Africans. Okay, so when you, especially in the coastal areas, the eastern coastal areas, when you see those military cars, I wouldn't even deal with that either, especially in Virginia. When they, totally disconnected you from the Walter Plecker days, and I'm going to say from 1912 up until 19. Oh my gosh, these mosquitoes! My gosh, they like mechanical out this motherfucker. Who sent these niggas? I don't even think these is real fucking mosquitoes. Like, god damn. Damn. Um, what's the book? Works of Philo, the Bible and its allegory. Damn, what the fuck? Gotta go get the off skin tastic. This shit crazy, y'all. What the hell's going on? This shit is like, it was like mechanical. Hell yeah. Light Paul, I'm gonna be getting it crazy. We're gonna do a little different. I'm gonna turn down a little bit. And I damn sure ain't gonna be using nobody else's material, because it was a lot of foreign so-called Africans, and they are very none too happy about anything that I'm talking about, especially that last video that kind of got me canned, which was kind of awkward because the dudes that I got it from, they were like cool content, like if you get paid, we get paid, but I wasn't getting paid. um so yeah, and I'm pretty sure it was some of these dudes with feathers and shit that was trying to boot my page as well. I'm not really slow. I see some of the things that's going on. I don't be up in everybody's Kool-Aid and shit like that, but I don't much get past me and shit. And we're gonna talk about them dirty feathers and stuff like that. This ain't gonna be no competition, no fucking blast off and all this other shit. We're just gonna talk about correction. I ain't got time for all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? Causing discord and stuff. But we're gonna clean up the house. And we're just gonna make sure none of these motherfuckers get out of line, because I see the messages is going all over the fucking place, right? They're going all over the place, but they staying off grandma. And if these motherfuckers can't tell you by now who the fuck they descend from, right? Don't just pick one, and don't just fucking go back to some shit that you can't place yourself to the goddamn Olmecs or none of these other. You can't go back where you can't say you was at. All right, so all this other shit is like jumping out of the fucking frying pan and into the other. All right, because there's some shit, some levels that come with that shit. There's some levels that come with that shit. And this ain't no fucking game. This ain't no goddamn attention grabber. This is consanguinity. This is by kinship. This ain't got nothing to do with being a member of something, a member of a tribe, a member of a federally rolled tribe, and this and that. Members, you could be a fucking member of BJ's. You could be a member of Costco. You could be a member of Sam's Club, right? Kinship is kinship. Kinship is fucking kinship. Okay, so at the end of the day, hi Cedric, Halito, beloved, you know. So at the end of the day, I gotta Chad, I gotta make you an admin. I don't know. And Liz, if y'all don't mind, I don't know how to do it now, but I will do it. I'll correct that. Um, yeah, but at the end of the day, it's time to start, ruffling some feathers and shit. I think 2020, we need to be seen. We need to be gathered up and linked up somewhere. We need a really huge event, really huge cooperative extension of where we actually taking our things and we're coming together and we barter and sell with each other. You understand what I'm saying? If you got fucking tomatoes and you got watermelons with seeds, damn it, can somebody find the fucking water? Look at these motherfuckers. Look at them. They like drones and shit. Um, get some watermelon with seeds. It's finally nice outside, so I know they gotta come out to eat. It's been too cold. They've been fucking with the weather. This shit is crazy out here. I don't remember this shit being like this. But watermelons with seeds. Can somebody find the real watermelons? I don't want the seedless ones. Can we get some fucking real watermelons out this motherfucker? I want to ting, spit that shit to where it sound like snuff hitting the can, like my great grandmother used to spit the snuff in the can. Yeah, we get the watermelons. Let's start figuring out some of these things that we could do. You don't have to do all this extravagant out the window shit. We got to be natural. You understand what I'm saying? You don't have to all just be trying to link up with everybody and do all this business and stuff like that, right? You don't got to go through that. Excuse me. Let me turn this down. You know, you don't got to go through that. You understand? All that extra shit. You don't want to go through all that extra shit. Because what happens is, can y'all hear me? Hold on. Y'all can hear me? Press 1 if y'all can hear me. Somebody press 1. Press 1 time. I think they froze me up. Can you press 1 if y'all can still hear me? Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. So, cooperative economics, man, we got to get with the you know, getting some type of money together. We got to get with some kind of lucre. And it ain't got to be filthy, and it ain't got to be unrealistic, and it doesn't have to be all over the place and shit. You know what I'm saying? It don't got to be all over the place. It could be very basic, and just make sure that we spending it amongst each other. But I'm gonna tell y'all, don't get into none of these business ventures with anybody, right? Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Let's see. Don't get into any of these business ventures, and you don't know who the hell you getting into business with. You know what I'm saying? You don't know who you get money with. You gotta know who you get money with. And if y'all doing something, there shouldn't be anything to hide. You understand what I'm saying? And you want to make sure that it keeps pausing. Yeah, I think so. Mine too. I see it. You know. You've never seen watermelon without seeds? Oh, well, I need some of that, like Paul. Please help me with that, because these ones have like, they call them seedless, and they just have these little immature fucking seeds. It's really gross. It doesn't taste the same. It's not as sweet, and I just want that old thing back. You know. But in any event, oh man, killer, stop it. Oh, you ain't even right. Ooh. Yeah, did y'all see that thing? And don't let them talk that shit about the rice. Let me tell y'all about the rice now. The rice was here already in the 1600s. We done found some documentation of that. Found some really cool shit, and we've been busting a lot of ass with this information. And then there's still some spicy meatballs that we can't share, right? We can't share. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why we can't share them is because you don't want to get them too much. You don't want to get them too much, you know. But I know, right, El Boria? I wouldn't be mad at some watermelon with some seeds in it, my damn self. I absolutely would not be upset about it. Um, so yeah, the rice, make sure a lot of this shit stay home. Don't let nobody take the fucking potato salad across the goddamn Atlantic or the Pacific either, right? Um, that's really kind of it. I ain't gonna do too much, but y'all know the channel's up. We jinking again, and we gonna keep it rocking. It's only gonna get better. I'll keep y'all posted when I'm able to get that interview with the wonderful elder, and we gonna link up again soon. Chihululi Aborigines, Chipisala Chike.